Today, we're going to talk about something you've probably seen 1,000 times, but maybe haven't thought too much about: the serial number on your gadgets. It's actually part of a growing privacy issue, and it's really important to understand how it can affect you.
Now, let's be clear. The point of this explainer isn't to create any fear. It's about giving you clear, straightforward information so you can make some smart choices. Our goal is really simple: to help you stay aware, stay calm, and stay safe.
So we'll break this down into 4 parts. First, we'll look at what that number on the box really is. Then, we'll uncover how it can act like a hidden fingerprint. After that, we'll talk about the risks of being tracked. And finally, and most importantly, we'll go over some simple steps you can take to stay safe.
All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a serial number anyway? Well, every phone, every tablet, even your earbuds, they all have one. A serial number is just a unique ID that the manufacturer assigns. The best way to think of it is like a fingerprint for your gadget. There are no two that are exactly the same. Officially, this little fingerprint has some pretty straightforward jobs. Manufacturers use it for things like tracking warranty claims, keeping a service history for your device, and managing production details. It's all about logistics and support. On the surface, it's totally harmless. But behind the scenes, that simple number can be used for a whole lot more. So let's take a look at how this hidden fingerprint really works. Okay, so the story begins with this one unique number. The moment you set up a new device, a connection gets made that you probably don't even realize is happening. See, when you're registering the product or just logging into your accounts, that serial number gets linked to your personal details: your name, your email, often your phone number. So suddenly, it's not just a device ID anymore. Now it's tied directly to you.
And it doesn't stop there. From that point on, it can be used to build a complete history of that device. We're talking about everything from the apps you install to your location data. So this is the key thing. A simple number becomes the foundation for a very detailed personal profile.
You might be wondering, well, how is this information being collected? A lot of the time, it's happening quietly in the background. Some apps can read it without you knowing. Your device might even broadcast it to ad networks or cloud servers, and it even happens offline. Retail stores might scan it when you sign up for a warranty, and bam, your purchase is linked to your identity. And listen, this isn't just some theoretical threat. A regulatory finding back in 2022 found that a major smartphone company was actually using serial numbers to get around people's privacy settings. So even when users specifically turned off ad personalization, their behavior was still being tracked with this ID to show them targeted ads. So that brings us right to the heart of the issue. What are the actual risks when your device's little fingerprint is used in this way? Let's break down the main risks. First, it lets companies track you across different apps and websites, even without using cookies. Second, if your device gets stolen or you resell it without wiping it properly, your personal history could be exposed. Third, other companies you interact with, maybe like repair shops, could collect it without you even realizing. And finally, all of this helps build these permanent digital profiles about you. And this is the real problem right here. A profile that's tied to a physical thing, a device, can be much, much harder to erase than a simple online account. It's almost like a digital shadow that follows the device wherever it goes. Okay, I know hearing all of this can feel a little heavy, but the goal here isn't to worry you, it's to empower you. So let's focus on what you can actually do about it. So how can you protect yourself from all this? The good news is that a few simple, conscious habits can make a really big difference. Here are 5 straightforward things to keep in mind. First, be really careful with websites that ask for your serial number. Stick to the official manufacturer's site. Second, try to avoid sharing photos of your new gadgets in their boxes online, because that serial number is often right there on the label. Third, and this is a big one, before you sell or give away a device, always unlink it from your accounts and do a full factory reset. Fourth, whenever you can, choose apps that are known for respecting your privacy. And finally, take a look at your app permissions and see if any of them are asking for access to your device's identity. The core principle behind all of this advice is actually pretty simple. It's to always stop, think, and then verify. Before you share that number, before you grant that permission, just take a second to pause and ask yourself if it's really necessary. The goal here is not to be afraid of our technology, but just to be informed and cautious about how it's being used. Awareness really is protection. If you stay alert, you stay safe. In the end, it's just a small number, but it can have a really big impact. And it leaves us with one final question to think about. Do you really know what's happening behind your screen? Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay aware, and please think about sharing this information with your family.